Paul McCartney has been famous for more than 60 years. There are entire university courses about the Beatles. There are documentaries, books, podcasts that go so deep into Beatles lore that reading them feels like a cry for help. And yet somehow, in all of that, Paul McCartney's bass playing is just forgotten. He is genuinely one of the greatest bass players who ever lived. And today, to prove it to you, I'm gonna play 10 of his best Beatles bass lines from easiest to hardest. And I'm not just gonna do that on any bass. I'm gonna play them using his bass. This is a Hofner violin bass, and Paul made it iconic for playing it since the 60s. First, leave a comment where you say Paul is alive. First, obla di obla da, let's play it. It's genuinely fun to play and incredibly satisfying to nail. And honestly, as a starter bassline, it's basically perfect. Next, Hey Bulldog, now we are talking. Let's play it. This fast, aggressive intro comes out of nowhere and immediately tells you this is a different kind of Beatles song. Cool, underrated song, and the bass is a big part of why it hits the way it does. By the way, did you know that in 1969, a rumor started spreading that Paul McCartney had actually died in a car accident in 1966 and that the British government had secretly replaced him with a lookalike? It's almost as crazy as people thinking I got replaced by an AI after I made this video. Insane. Next, Day Tripper. One of his most iconic bass riffs. Amazing. Did you know that Paul's original 1961 Hofner bass was stolen? It disappeared in 1969. Nobody has seen it since. Next, Taxman. It's a very clever bass line. This double articulation on the octave is very tricky to get right. This song is about George Harrison being furious about paying taxes. We all understand him. Next, Rain. Rain and Taxman basically share a DNA, same era, similar approach, underrated bassline. By the way, did you know Paul McCartney is actually the richest bass player of all times, with a net worth of 1.9 billion pounds? I can relate. I have 1.9 billions too, Venezuelan dollars. Next, Mr. Kite. This is Paul's favorite bassline.
Which song has your favorite bassline? Probably my favorite bassline is Mr. Kite, being for the benefit of Mr. Kite. Because it's complicated, it's kind of difficult bass line, and what's really difficult is to sing it and play the bass at the same time, because your head goes that way and your fingers go that way. It's really sort of strange combination to do it, but it's a melodic bass line and I like it.
It's an incredibly melodic bass line, and it doesn't follow the chords in an obvious way. This entire song is just one big long bass line. I'm not gonna play it because it would take too much time, but I suggest you to listen to it. Next, Yesterday. technically Yesterday doesn't have a hard bass line, but I just wanted an excuse to play a full bass arrangement of it, and I did it here. Next, Lady Madonna. It's a criminally underrated bass riff, and it's one of the first bass line I've ever learned, and it hooked me immediately. Next, Come Together. It wouldn't be a legit Beatles video without this song. It's just 3 notes and a slide, and it's one of the most recognizable bass lines in history. Most people play it wrong, just slightly wrong. Most people add an extra pluck on the slide, like this. While Paul doesn't, he does this. By playing it this way, the bass line sounds much cleaner and sits perfectly in the groove. And that's what makes it a perfect bass line. Playing 3 notes exactly the right way, with exactly the right timing, nothing extra. That takes more control than playing something complicated. And next, final bass line. I saw her standing there. It's a very fast-paced bass line. It's one of the most recognizable bass lines in rock and roll. Definitely his hardest one in terms of bass skills, and it's even harder to sing on top of it. You know, most musicians, when they get better, they add more notes. Paul figured out the real skill is knowing when to stop. And that's the whole McCartney thesis in one bass line. There is no mystery here. Restraint is the real mastery. But the actual mystery of this video is, how did I manage to play so many bass lines using a pick without exploding? That's the real mystery.